everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Hash Time With Eitan. Thank you guys for tuning in today to the 15th episode. It's great to have you guys. We have Nadav with us here today. Nadav, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to have you here. Really appreciate it. Anyways, today is a very, very special day because we have our first guest star, my cousin, Oren. Oren, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's great to have you here. Right, but anyways, before we get started, we're going to be interviewing him today, right? But before we get into that, we'd like to give two very special thank yous. Number one, we'd love to thank you guys for all the love and support we've been getting. It really means the world to us. Special shout out to Michael. Thank you for being our fanboy. And secondly, we'd like to give a very big thank you to Global Distance Club for being the official sponsor of this video. In case you didn't know, Global Distance Club is one of the best places to get anything gaming, okay? They have keyboards, headsets, really anything. Nadav, tell them a little bit more about why Global Distance Club is the place to get gaming stuff.
If you need anything, like, gaming-wise, they probably have it.
They have everything, literally. And if you guys so happen to go there, use code HASH, H-A-S-H, all caps, and put 07 at the end. That's hash 07 to get 5% off your order and support us a little bit.
And we get that money.
Okay, anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in today, and we're going to get right into it. So, Oren, thank you. How you feeling today? Just open up. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great.
It's good to have you here. Alright, so we're going to get started, right? We're going into here, but we're going to ask you, what would you say are your biggest strengths in life? Your strong suit. If you were to say you're talented in one specific area, what would that be?
Playing hockey.
Playing hockey? And why is that?
Because I play hockey 7 days a week.
Play hockey 7 days a week?
7.
7?
7 years.
That's
7 days.
Pretty much
7 years.
5 days a week.
Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's really cool. You know, Dove, what do you think of that? What do you think of hockey in general?
Well, I see all these NFL games, and I think, in the game, there's literally an option to go full ham UFC on the other team. Like, I'm not even kidding you. They start clobbering each other. So I want to ask, can you actually do that in hockey?
Well, yeah, you kind of can. You know, you got a penalty for it, unlike in football where there's many things where tackling the guy where it's actually pretty much legal. In hockey, you know, there's different types of it. Like, you can't exactly elbow the guy to the head and not get away with it.
So you can't use your stick as a baseball bat? You
can, but let's say you maybe get in trouble for that, like fined or get, of course, a penalty.
Didn't some guy lose $50,000 because he clobbered someone with a helmet?
I think so.
That was, I remember that. Anyways, moving on. So, Oren, we know you love hockey, but what is your opinion? And we don't mean to annoy anyone out here in the crowd, but in your opinion, we just have to ask you, in your eyes, do you view cheerleading as a sport?
No, I do not.
No, you don't.
I've literally seen these people on, like, social media like, cheerleading hurts more than hockey. Can I get a confirmation on that?
No.
Like, no offense, I mean, sure, that's pretty cool. I can, like, do a backflip and land on top of someone's hand, but, like,
yeah,
I've seen hockey.
And then dancing,
like, literally probably tennis hurts more.
Yeah, dancing is practically the same thing, not a sport. Gymnastics, on another hand, you know, it's...
Well, I mean, if it's in the Olympics, then it counts as a sport.
I suppose.
Which, you know,
I'd say gymnastics is definitely a sport for sure, but I feel like cheerleading is just, you know, a really small twig on the giant tree of what is gymnastics. So, to be honest with you...
Yeah, it's just more of a branch of gymnastics.
Yeah. Alright, Oren, where would you say, you know, along the spectrum, where would you say you see yourself in 10 years?
10 years,
Is it playing hockey? Is it being in a Playboy mansion? Like, what really are your expectations?
You're going to be working at McDonald's.
What are your expectations?
McDonald's minimum wage, probably playing hockey if I'm like 12 now, probably
22.
Yeah, probably 22, probably in college.
Right.
Hopes getting in D1 college and then playing more hockey after that.
Okay, that's good. McDonald's is just dropping the Travis McDonald's crossover.
Yes, I'm excited to try that.
You go to McDonald's right now, be an employee, you can get the Travis McDonald's crossover tee.
Maybe a little sponsorship.
Possibly. All right, Nadav, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
In 10 years, I see myself Harvard. Getting that ZHD. Not
ZHD.
PhD, I go to the Z.
They have to have a whole new level of degree just for you.
In memology.
Memology. You're gonna be a memologist?
A meme expert.
Alrighty then.
But in the serious, I would like to be an astronomer.
Okay. Oren, I know this is a pretty, basic question, but, I feel like this really defines people's personality. I'm going to have to ask you, what is your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday?
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Gotta be Thanksgiving. Everyone's great food. Everyone, yeah. Turkey, obviously amazing. Mashed potatoes, always my favorite.
Mashed potatoes are,
you guys always make the best brownies. I'm telling you now,
Never
no one
be
beats
that
the
guy
brownies.
Never be that guy to hate on British people for not celebrating Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but
sometimes it's kind of confusing a little bit to just think that, like, in America, we have Thanksgiving, Halloween, Independence Day, but in other countries, they don't. Like, they don't have Thanksgiving in all these other countries.
Like in Russia, they think, how do people not celebrate Red October, the celebration of that? I think it was something like that. Or French people are like, why doesn't anyone else celebrate Bastille Day?
Okay.
But yeah, the reason I like Thanksgiving the most is because most people say, like, Christmas or Hanukkah is the best because, they just get gifts. But, it's really about being with your family and the great food, obviously.
Okay.
Let me get my eating pants.
Let me get my eating pants on. Honey, where's my eating pants?
The Gunna holiday.
The Gunna holiday. All right. Okay. Oren, if you suddenly gained the ability to time travel, when would be the first, when would you travel to? And what would you do there?
That's a really tough question. There's lots of things you can do. You can probably go back in time and change what you've done before. You can go in front of time and then see what happens. But, it's a really tough question. I honestly don't know.
You know what I would do? I would do two things. Number one, I would, how sometimes you're like, someone roasts you and you just think of a comeback like 3 weeks later?
Just like,
and you're like,
I could have said your mom.
I totally could have ended that kid's whole career. Yeah, no, that's what I would do. I'd go back, say that. Second thing I do, you might say, okay, sure, Eitan, you have all the power you could ever have. Why would you do this? I would literally, I would go like 3 weeks ahead, get the Powerball numbers, go back and like bank out on Powerball.
You know what I would do?
Nice. That's
know what I would do?
That stunks.
I would time travel to around 7-ish, 9-ish months ago when the dude ate that bat soup that caused that and just be like the one ticked on me. Don't. And boom. 2020 averted.
Alright.
Just don't.
But they still have Kobe Bryant, Chadwick Boseman, George Floyd, all that.
Sure. Alright, moving on. Oren, if you had the ability to take and from space, from the universe, from outer space, right, any physical object that does not have life on it, if you could just grab one of those and have it either in your hands or in your possession, at least I could say if it's a little bigger, and it cannot be a planet, what would you take?
Well, I remember I got money for my birthday. You know what I want to do? I'm like, I want to invest in stock. I want to make money off that money. I'm like, I want to buy Spaceland because I know that's really cool.
Space real estate?
So I know people can buy space, like, on the moon, on Mars, on the sun.
No one can buy the space on the moon.
Why not?
Well, see, there was actually when there's, like, this whole thing, like, the moon doesn't belong to anyone. Kind of like, imagine international waters.
But you can buy.
You can buy the moon.
Yeah. Like
how many times did you buy?
Think about it. You put, tell you what, why don't you
I say, hey, I'll give you give me $10 and you own Kansas.
Just build a military base on the moon, and I can't.
Yes, you can. You can probably find something.
Guns
You
don't
can
work
own
in space, though.
You can own 1 square inch of Kansas for probably $10.
Exactly.
Well,
And so then I can collectively say I own not coin, 0.04.05629% of Kansas.
I guess you
But
could.
like,
random numbers.
about that whole military base, guns will not work on the moon because the bullet will just travel forever, or like when you shoot the gun, it's gonna knock you backwards if you're not tied down to anything.
Nerd!
Until
I'm gonna
you run
be
out of
shooting LMG on the moon!
But can't you buy stars?
Yeah, you
This
can
is
buy
my
stars,
world.
actually. Although having
it's
a
not
star,
lame.
having a star on Earth, not the best idea.
Yeah, but you said you don't have to
Hey,
have
why is it so hot?
If
It's
I were to do
times,
one
right?
thing, it would be a chunk of a diamond asteroid.
Is that even a thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Diamond asteroid.
No, you take a chunk, like a rock from Pluto.
If you say, I claim this asteroid, and when it comes crashing down in 20
Yeah.
years, it's mine.
You realize most
suppose.
asteroids are the size of LA.
Back to the
Or
question
even
before,
bigger.
if you could time travel and see when a meteor like that hits Earth, and you could buy up that real estate and own the asteroid ahead of time. I suppose you could. Yeah, there's a lot of power.
Now, I
with that.
heard once these guys, this guy tried to sell, quote meters, this whole thing about how he almost made $30 million off of selling this meter, but turns out it was just
Giant thing of cow turd.
Yeah, but when you buy land online, it's never really the most.
Yeah.
When you buy anything online that's
Yeah.
not from
Yeah.
a secure website like Amazon or Walmart or eBay,
That's
eBay is one of those things. It's that's not one of the most secure, but
I suppose.
something like Amazon.
I
or
heard about
Walmart,
this one guy who bought a $700 Xbox, and he ended up getting a piece of paper with a picture of an Xbox.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah, alright.
About the whole online Wish, it's bro, own Kansas for $1.
Yeah, anyways. So, Oren, if you guys are true fans, viewers watching this, if you guys have been with us from the beginning, you will remember that quite a few episodes back, probably 7 or 8, I made an ice cream tier list of judging people's personality based on their favorite ice cream flavor. If you guys remember that, leave a comment down below. Right, but we're going to put Oren to the test, and we are going to give him a rating based off of his favorite ice cream flavor. You guys already know what our preferences is and the scale that I've laid out. Oren doesn't, and he's about to find out. So, Oren, the crucial question. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
So, a lot of people make fun of me for this, but considering my name is Oren, a lot of people rhyme it with Oreo and stuff like that, but that happens to be my favorite flavor of ice cream, believe it or not. And if I were to go down the list, I'd probably go Oreo. I really love coffee. I absolutely love coffee, so coffee flavored ice cream's got to be up there. Mint chocolate chips got to be up there too. I really love that.
Yeah,
I hate I don't really like candy canes. No one honestly loves candy canes, mints, all that stuff.
All right, we're gonna give you a 7 out of 10 on the ice cream scale because we didn't have Oreo, but you went to mint pretty quickly, and mint's mint. Anyways, alright, we're gonna wrap it up here with the last 2 questions. Oren, this is gonna be probably the most, though you're gonna probably have to think about these quite a little bit. Alright, Oren, would you rather have to wear nothing, and when I say nothing, I mean absolutely nothing, but a too small, tight-fitting, maroon crop top? Okay, so just keep in mind, nothing, absolutely nothing, socks, shoes, absolutely nothing, except for a white crop top, and you have to wear this to school, and then to public. Or, would you rather wear absolutely nothing but socks, a watch, and a necklace, and a top hat that covers your ears, but not your neck?
You can make some pretty trippy stuff out of that. Out of that maroon, out of that crop top.
Okay.
But the top hat and the watch, though, that's a different story, man. So I think I'm gonna go with the crop top.
Alright.
You can make some pretty cool stuff out of that.
I suppose. That's all you get to wear.
Yeah.
You're butt naked except for that crop top. Alright.
Maybe I should go with the.
I mean, if you're gonna be embarrassing and stuff, you might as well have swag.
You
might as well obtain that drip.
Yeah, change the topic. Let's go to
last
the
question.
maroon hat.
Last question of this episode. We are going to ask you. This is probably out of all of the things we've asked you. This is probably going to be the most important one. Oren, what is your favorite jelly bean flavor?
Actually, one time in 5th grade, we were doing this jelly bean thing. I think ratios.
Okay.
And we did So
well, you're discriminating jelly beans with ratios.
And so lots of kids, it was can you what were the ratio to these jelly beans to these jelly beans? I forgot what the exact experiment was. Remember, I tend to get grass a lot.
Okay.
The grass flavored jelly beans.
Lucky you.
But
like,
that grass.
Do you remember when it was so cool to like, hey, look, with those weird jelly bells? Like, one of them was like grass, and the other was apples. Like, hey, I have an apple jelly. I know that's grass. Taste it. Oh wait, never mind. It's not grass. I know.
Yeah.
It's booger.
All right.
I know what booger tastes like, Jerry.
Alright. Anyways, okay, Owen, so just answer straight to the question, what is your favorite?
So I've never really tried jelly beans, I've never really eaten a lot of them, but I gotta go. I absolutely love cherry and watermelon candy, so I'm pretty sure they have watermelon cherry candy.
They do, I believe, yes.
Yeah, so that I gotta go
I'm
with
pretty
that.
sure there's
Alright.
no such thing as a jelly. Like, I'm pretty sure there's more jelly bean flavors than no jelly bean flavors. Like,
Alright, well,
no,
solid answer. Anyways, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Hash Time With Eitan. Again, apologies for not being consistent last week, moving into the new setup and everything. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We're trying to get the channel out to people. And just once again, we'd really like to take this time, to thank Global Distance Club for being the official sponsor of this video. If you guys haven't already, go check them out. We're going to leave the link to their website down in the description. Use code HASH07, that is HASH07, for 5% off. If you want to help us out and get us a little chunk of change, just go ahead and do that. Anyways, Oren, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for tuning in and helping us today.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nadav, thank you for joining us today as well.
you're welcome.
You become a regular
my
here.
presence is a present.
Your presence is a present. Anyways, we'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of Hash Time With Eitan, and have a wonderful day.